In a world full of Dungeons & Dragons content, Jamazing presents a new way of playing the classic tabletop game. Welcome to DM Roulette, a game where the players rotate who the Dungeon Master will be each month. No need to sift through countless episodes to figure out what's going on here. Each adventure will begin and end in 3 parts. And don't you worry, the beloved cast of characters will stay consistent from adventure to adventure, unless they die. So, without further ado, let's start the next episode of DM Roulette.
Welcome, everyone, to part 3 of my adventure going Postal. This is the final part of this adventure, so we're going to be wrapping everything up. Before we jump into the gameplay, let me bring you down memory lane of what's happened so far. So Peter Post has been summoned back to the shipping plane of existence to be tried for having gone against the edicts of the delivery people, and before the ritual could be completed to transport Peter to shipped, there was a mishap where Minos interrupted the ritual and they were all brought to a vault of sorts. They had the rift had caused 3 additional individuals, Bearable, Riven, and Penitix, to be drawn from whatever time and space that they were from to join the party in an epic fight. Once they had disposed of the giant vampire and what was the other one? Oh, the bard. They had to try to get out of the vault, and the method of choice was to attempt to break into the various vaults, which eventually called the guards into the vault. Riven and Gunnar also triggering some traps and some alarms along the way. Turns out they were Warforged. Simon just turned off his camera, but that should be okay. So 2 Warforged got brought in. So, like, the only reason why I say it is because when you turn off the camera, Discord unfortunately shifts everybody's cameras instead of just keeping everyone in the same spot. And thus, it interrupts the way it looks in the stream, so it's not a big deal. If you see that in the future, that's just what happened there. So the Warforged came in, and Ironjaw quickly corrupted them. I'll say corrupted, but essentially showed them a new way of not having to listen to commands. Peter, not wanting to miss his trial, quickly headed off to court. But some strange happenings have been occurring around the group. Some wild magic surges have been causing chaos in the shipped plane and interrupting delivery folk and just generally causing somewhat of disorganized panic. In the court, Peter has been tried by the Council of 3, one being Angel Woman Terms, one being a mysterious shadow creature but goes by Shadow, and Devil Councilman Conditions. They found that Peter was guilty and has been stripped of 3 levels of his mailman for the infractions on the edicts. But Peter was invited by Councilwoman Terms to her residence in order to discuss ways to fix the edicts and help Peter kind of get back on track career-wise. The others during the trial, so Gunnar, who had found a magical set of clothes which had turned his shape into a nondescript individual, attempted to help Peter in the trial, but by interrupting what was going on, was in fact summoned into Devil Councilman Conditions' residence. Now, none of you know that was Gunnar. So Gunnar had shifted into this neutral character, kind of out of sight, out of mind, if you will. So this random person has been interrupting Peter's trial and then got summoned by the Devil Councilman. those of you who were not in the trial decided to go take a look at shipping and receiving as to where you would have or were supposed to have landed when you came to this plane in order to look for one of your missing party members, Minos. And not Oliver, because I guess fuck Oliver. But the people questioned what was going on with Minos, but it turns out that Minos was in fact still with the agent that was supposed to deliver Peter. So that's Polly's script, and she advised them that she will be returning as soon as her ritual recharges, and she's able to return to the plane. And then one final kind of reminder, I guess. When Peter Post first came to ship, because it is such a top secret plane, delivery people's memories of the place are taken from them when they leave and reinstated when they come back to visit through the memory pool. Unfortunately, Peter came to the plane in an unorthodox manner and was not kind of given his memories as would be typical. So Councilwoman Terms told Peter to go and retrieve his memories and then in an hour's time come for dinner at her residences. Those of you who were at the near the memory pool saw or noticed that Adeva came and shut it down. So they closed down the pool. It's locked up. Nobody can kind of get in to either relay their memories if they're leaving shift, or kind of get their memories if they are coming to shift. So that is kind of where we're left off. We've got Peter, Riven, and Bearable, who are currently in the court. The trial has just ended. The 3 council people have left. Shadow, I guess, a wild magic surge happened around Peter, and something affected council person Shadow. And so Shadow was also intrigued as to what may have happened and had asked Peter to come visit their residence as well. So that's kind of that just wrapped up, and people are now filing out of the courtroom. Gunnar is currently in the Devil Councilman's residences, and Ironjaw, Pan, and Rocket are at the shipping and receiving area. So we'll start off in the courtroom with Peter, Riven, and Bearable. The 3 council people have just left, and all you have of note or what you've been left with is Councilwoman Terms has told Peter to go get his memories, and then in an hour's time she would like to have a banquet with Peter and any of his friends that wish to attend.
I am a little disheveled and embarrassed. We'll go over to... Well, first of all, I'll look around and be like, oh, none of my friends came to court to watch me defend my side, but these are strangers. That's so nice of them. Was it Riven, Bearable? I really appreciate you being here to show your support. I'm a little embarrassed. I am a very good mailman, but you'll have to take my word for it. Did you guys want to come to this banquet with me in an hour?
I don't know, that inspiration I gave you was completely worthless. You really do not know how to defend yourself.
It did warm my heart, though. And in this dark time, that really brought me through it. So I appreciate your presence in that moment, regardless of its usefulness. It was emotionally useful to me, Riven, and I appreciate you for that.
Well, I will come with you because maybe these council people know how to send me home.
We shall go to banquet.
Oh, good. I'm so happy. But first, I don't want further embarrassment for us. I don't want you guys to have to live in the shame of my failures again. So I really should go get my memories back. I totally forgot. Irony. So let's go have a bath in the memory pool.
Maybe mediocre the mailman, but good person.
I could clean up. I'm covered in soot and ash and charred flesh, so a dip in a pool would sound nice.
I just thought that's what you looked like. I'm so sorry. I should have been more aware. Okay, we'll head to the memories.
Cool. Sounds good. Before we do, though, I would like each of you to please roll 10 d20s for me.
Oh my gosh.
Is that each of everyone in the courtroom or each of everyone?
No, that each of everyone except Cass, I guess. Okay.
Wow, 3 natural 20s in there, Bearable.
Never when it matters.
All
I
right,
thought I rolled
let me
bad, then Peter
just keep track here. 1. Oh. Pan.
Oh.
Yeah. That's it. Just
You
Pan.
got called out.
No.
Rin. And
Like,
He
we almost
cancels it out. The 20 cancels it out. They're side by side.
Yeah, that's how that's working.
Or it goes twice as big.
Okay, so the 3 of you make your way down to shipping, receiving, either finding a map or maybe Polly is guiding you. As you're making your way down the hall, you do notice that there is quite a bit of commotion going on in Shipped. People are saying that there's been a robbery in the vault. There's been explosions. Some letters have been burnt up and completely lost credibility for whoever those letters are meant to go to. And I guess somewhat more importantly is the people of Shipped are calling for the guards, being the Warforged, but none of them are around. So it's just one thing after the other going on at Shipped today. But Peter, Riven, Bearable, you finally make it to the memory pool where you are reunited with Pan, Ironjaw, and Rocket. And
Hey guys.
And you notice that the pool is currently closed off, I guess.
How is it closed off? Like, what is the physical barrier?
Is it just like a red velvet rope with on 2 things?
It's like some kind of cylinder thing, right?
Yeah, so the pool itself is a circular pool in the ground, but the whole gate is a cylindrical, almost like a chain fence that kind of got closed. Like at the mall when they're closing shop, and they've got that fence that they kind of drag down. They kind of put a closed one like that, and it's got a padlock. And 2 Deva are currently standing guard at the lock.
I wonder who was here yesterday.
Alright, I'll walk up to one of the Deva. What, do Deva speak Infernal or Celestial? Infernal, probably, right?
So they all speak they all speak Celestial and Infernal. Based on kind of just hearing around.
Wait, Peter Post wouldn't know this.
I know. That's why I'm kind of trying to give it in another way. In the commotion that you're going on, so the main people of Shipped, to remind you, are the delivery people, so the working group people. That is any race, that's all races, size, genders, whatever. But the main kind of citizens of Shipped are tieflings, Deva, imps, and sprites, and Warforged, but not currently. There's not very many of those. From what you hear around, the tieflings and the imps only speak Infernal. The Deva speak Celestial and Infernal. So most of the time, Infernal is what is spoken at Shipped for the tieflings and imps' benefit.
Okay, I will walk up and speak in Celestial then. I'll lean up against a nearby counter and be like, "Hey, how's it going?" in Celestial. So look, I gotta get in here because I'm about to have a banquet with terms, and I don't want to anger him, her, him.
Yeah, her.
Them. I don't want to anger them. So they've instructed me to get my memory. So if you could just unlock this, like real quick like, that would be great. There aren't many adjectives for quick and Celestial, so I just have to say quick like.
Give me a
Yes.
persuasion with disadvantage, please.
But with that inspiration.
Didn't that run out like
How
10
long
minutes?
does inspiration last for?
I think it was only 10 minutes, right? In the next 10 minutes.
Sure.
Unless you use
I believe it was-
inspiration given from a previous campaign. It's
It's 1
mechanics.
hour.
Oh, 1 hour.
No, it's
I gave Peter not Cat's Grace.
oh god.
Eagle Splendor. It's charisma check. Advantage on charisma only, not
Okay.
persuasion.
That is charisma.
But I think that is a charisma.
Oh, okay.
It is a
Or
charisma
charisma
check.
trait.
Yeah. So you would have advantage on it. However, that just cancels out the disadvantage. So you only roll 1, and you got 9. So the Deva is going to respond. Unfortunately, the pool is currently it's out of commission. It is quite dangerous for anybody to be going in it. As per the rules of the Council of Three, which supersedes terms, we are not allowed to let you enter. Not until the contamination is dealt with.
So, Riven, if it's been established that it's been under an hour, Riven still has tongues cast on him
Okay.
from, I believe, Panatic. So, Riven will go up and see that, again, Peter Post is useless at talking, and will intervene and cast suggestion with the musical lyre.
So not do any more talking per se.
Nope, not talking. Just
Talking
straight up
has failed.
Okay. So I do have Deva's stat blocks. Let me just scroll on down to them.
Oh, what is it?
So, suggestion is a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
But when cast with a bard lute, they get disadvantage on the save.
Okay. Sorry, Jen will probably be back in a second, yeah. So Riven attempts to play a magical tune in order to cast suggestion on the Deva. The imps and sprites around will all kind of gasp and laugh, knowing of what's happening. And when the song strikes the Deva, it looks like the magic itself doesn't even seep into the Deva's mind. So the Deva is immune to being charmed. That is against the edicts in order to try to charm one of the Deva, and so we must send you to the brig immediately.
It's all being done in Celestial.
Yes.
Damn it.
And in common, I say, "Oh no, not the brig!"
So
And I'm
if
just looking around confused.
Riven will just be like, I need to get off this plane immediately. You
So, yeah,
did this, Peter.
if Peter says the brig in Calvin, I'll come over and I'll be like, "Oh, don't worry, I can take him." Somebody's got to do their job around here. And when they locked up the thing, was there a key or something?
Yes.
Or was it like
it looked
okay?
like
So
yeah, padlock for sure.
yeah, so I'm gonna come up to the Deva and I'm gonna like pat him on the shoulder or whatever, and just like grab Riven and say like, "Come on, you're going to the brig with me," and I'm gonna try to grab the key out of whatever pocket they would have.
Okay, you're gonna give me a sleight of hand at disadvantage. The Deva in that moment is going to say, "This is highly irregular behavior, Warforged."
It's a highly irregular day. I haven't seen anyone else around. You're lucky I'm here, quite frankly.
That is true. Yes, you may take him to the brig, but let's see if you cause another commotion first.
A16.
Ooh, okay. In this moment, Riven, let me just confirm something first. Yes, Riven, some wild magic is happening around you as Ironjaw is about to lift the key successfully from the Deva guard. Let's see what is going to happen. What's my number? 32.
Pot of plant.
Riven completely disappears, is gone. It's like a teleportation just completely poofs away. What sorcery is this? So, Ironjaw, you get the key. You successfully get the key. But Riven has disappeared.
There, he won't be bothering you anymore. Happy I could help.
All right. Well, as I said, the pool is contaminated. I'm glad that one who would cast spells against us is no longer around. Off you go. No need to be around here anymore.
Are you sure? I think you might have something more important to do than just stand guard. There's commotion everywhere. People are screaming. Someone's been burning mail.
Yes, we have heard of the unfortunate events that are happening in ships, but our brethren are on it. We have been strictly told by the Council of Three to stand guard at this post.
The whole council, or just councilmen?
All three of them have decreed.
All right, that is very impressive. I'll leave you to it then. Somebody's got to go deal with the commotion out there.
What's
You there, low-ranking mailman. Come help me out.
I mean, now that's me, I guess.
I don't know, is it obvious? Maybe just mailman.
Wasn't even there for the fucking process.
Yeah, exactly. That's true. I was not, in fact, there. So if nothing has changed, then just mailman.
You look bad at your job. Let's go.
You can see the pips, though. They're missing on the collar.
Yeah, like that's just it, right? Is there a rank symbol? Is there a badge?
So, Ironjaw, you're calling Peter over to kind of like leave the area, I suppose?
Yeah, I guess we need to regroup.
Yeah, let's all meet up.
Once we're out of eyesight, I'm going to hand Peter the key.
Meanwhile, I've just been standing there. People are speaking gibberish around me, and then like Ribbon just poofed, and so I'm just swimming. I'm ready to go swimming. I still don't know what's happening.
Do you know what just happened? Like, do you have any idea what could have just happened to Riven?
I have no idea. He just vanished.
I haven't known him for very long, but he was gonna come to the banquet with me, and like we were kind of becoming friends. So I feel like he just wouldn't abandon me in my time of need. He was there at the courtroom. So
maybe he went swimming.
Maybe it's just something he can do.
It's not a very big plane. He can't have gone that far, probably.
We should check the pool.
The pool.
Panatech, is it something you'd be familiar with? Sorry, I'm really breaking up if I keep interrupting.
No, that's fine. We hear you fine. Yeah.
I can't hear you, so I can't tell when people are talking.
Sorry.
But yes, Ironjar is going to hand Peter the key to the pool in hopes that, like, at some point you can get past the Deva or lure them off or knock them out.
You know what would be really useful now? A wizard who could cast invisibility.
I can't at the moment. Actually, well, do we have 10 minutes?
Oh my god, all of it?
Someone's turned Oliver into a gnome.
I have 10 minutes.
I haven't got anything else planned.
Yeah, like if we've got
also, I'm a little bit concerned, professionally speaking, that Gunnar is not in this circle and is wandering somewhere around the mailroom. Because I feel like I should report that.
There has been commotion, but none of it's been like Gunnar shaped. There's been very little blood.
Like, yeah,
very little blood.
That's something that usually happens.
Yes, yes. There's very little blood and there's very little extortion. So I think Gunnar is probably hunkered down somewhere.
Okay. Well,
I should probably be worried about him.
I'm gonna write on it before I go with Panatex for this ritual. I'm gonna write on a piece of paper and try to pass it to a nearby imp and say, "Can you bring this to the announcements area so that they can announce this on the PA system?" And it's just be like, it'll just say, like one of those lost child things in the grocery store.
Gunnar,
your friends are worried about you.
Yeah.
Will Gunnar please
we
report to
hope
the
you
front
are
desk?
well. If you are not, we are sorry. If you are well, we are waiting for you at shift. Or if it's an hour, whatever time it is from now, then we're at dinner. So you should get food for yourself. Exactly that. Don't change anything about it.
Yeah, exactly. The imp kind of looks at you like, okay, and we'll go on the like intercom system. Kunar, was it written down? If it's written down, then I guess the imp will be able to relay.
I definitely wrote it down.
Okay,
I did like a
okay.
little blurb about in an hour, meet us at Term's office or meet us at shipping. Gunnar.
Okay.
Love, Peter Post. XOXO.
Gossip Girl. Okay, so Pan, you're taking Peter over to cast this ritual, perhaps. That's the kind of current running plan. Rocket is going to announce, darlings, I can't stay too far away from where Minos will appear, so you guys just keep gobble, and I'll be over there. And so Rocket's going to stick around shipping and receiving for when Minos will return. Riven, you just blink for a moment, and when you open your eyes, all of your allies that were around you are gone, but the two Deva guarding the pool are still there. And they're like, "What? You're the one who tried to cast a spell on us. What are you doing here?"
When did I cast that spell?
Like 2 minutes ago. Your friends went that way. God! They're calling Iron Jaw, I guess.
So Riven is just gonna start backing away and and make a run for it.
Okay, you can see.
Even if I hear that, I'm not coming back unless I'm in eyesight. Like if they can see me, I'll come back. But if they can't, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I would say you're not. Riven, can you give me an insight check, please? It'll be ! check space insight. Okay, you can see that the Deva want to chase after you, but are torn with leaving their post, and they end up not chasing after you. So they're going to stay where they're at the memory pool. Riven, as you turn the corner running away, you see the rest of the group, I guess. Not too far away.
Are they following you?
Who's following me?
The guards. We're trying to lure them away.
No,
Right?
they're as useless as Peter Post was defending himself. So
Damn
you don't need to worry about that.
You might need to look like more of a threat. Have you tried killing one of them?
Look like a threat. Well, actually, that's a really good idea. And so Riven is going to cast Sky Self. And and turn into a Deva.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, that wasn't what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
You do you.
No, this is much more useful. I'm just gonna continue like this.
Did I send you guys the pictures of what the Deva look like? I think I did, or did I not?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
let me
don't
send
remember,
it.
to be honest.
Let me send it again then. This is what the Deva look like.
That was close.
Yeah, those are very large wings, so Riven is going to keep them folded up. And nobody will know that they are fake.
Oh yeah, just disguise self. Is it like the illusion one that you can just pass your hand through?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, Riven is kind of out of tricks at the moment. Everything's been failing. So, and at the rate it is going, all that Riven will have left is insults. And they only do like 1d1 damage.
They do emotional damage.
Sticks and stones.
Damage.
So Riven will then just hang around as a Deva with the group that I guess is swimming in the pool.
No, we're trying to get to the pool.
Oh, okay.
We're like around the corner.
So So Pan,
sad because we can't get at the pool.
you guys are waiting 10 minutes for Pan to finish casting the spell. At around the 9-minute
Well,
mark,
we're just sleeping for 10 minutes.
Oh, it's so we're finding, I guess, a broom closet or something.
Well, we just spent a nap.
The
like
gnome
a
is gonna
napping
just
area,
like
so-
pass out on the floor.
can't you cast it as a
Oh,
ritual?
and
Casting it as a
let's do-
ritual is 10 minutes, right? You don't need to like prep
Oh,
it.
can you ritual cast illusion?
Oh,
What?
Invisibility?
Invisibility?
yeah.
Pan is trying to take a rest in order to.
Yeah, you
Swap
can't
a spell
cast
slot, I think.
invisibility as a ritual.
Oh, a
Yeah.
short rest is 1 hour long, though, not 10 minutes.
Well, not with
He's casting
catnap.
catnap
Oh, I see. Okay, sorry, I
to
wasn't getting
sleep
the
for
full
10
story.
minutes and then
I
wake up
see.
with.
So as you guys are waiting
did-
for
it was-
Pan to finish his little cat nap,
I'm making like sea noises. Go, go.
Gunnar is going to make his way to you, having heard your message. He looks to be perhaps a little intoxicated, though. He's not kind of completely standing up straight. He's got a little bit of, well, it's Gunnar. Gunnar, you know what may have happened. So Tim and I played a scene for what may have happened in Devil Councilman Conditions' residence, and
Ooh.
so that got played in between last week and this week. So something happened there, but again, none of you as players know, or as characters know, that Gunnar was the one that went into that residence. The last time you saw Gunnar, in fact, would have been in the vault. So Gunnar, you're now joining the group right before Pan, I guess, is right as Pan is kind of like and waking up from his little cat nap, I guess.
Is he
Okay.
Gunnar now, or is he perfectly nondescript, genderless humanoid?
No, he's Gunnar.
Okay.
Gunnar, good to see you. I'm glad you didn't get in any trouble. You look perfectly normal to me.
I am perfectly normal.
Excellent. Where have you been? We found out that Minos is okay.
Who's Minos?
Our friend Minos. He's a minotaur. About as big as you, hairy.
Have
Yeah,
a
that's-
primordial bond with him.
It does not ring a bell. Perhaps you are confusing me with another Goliath Euro.
Are there other
Riven will
Goliaths
chime in and-
around?
Riven's gonna basically just chime in and be like, "Your friend has brain damage."
Which
You're
one?
really
This
role-playing
one.
not as Jackson. You're doing great, Jackson. I just cannot tell the difference between your two characters at all.
No, the which one question is kind of important.
The idiot, and then Riven will like gesture.
Gunnar,
To
you
Gunnar.
see a Deva gesturing towards you, calling you an idiot.
Guy, who you think you are? You're not so impressive. You look like a chicken. Look at your chicken wings.
And the nerve of this idiot friend of yours.
The gall, the gumption.
It's pretty normal, really.
Who is this person? Alright, I'm asleep. Never mind.
No, you're up.
You're just waking up.
Oh, I woke up. Perfect.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
this
you're
is
up.
this is our friend Gunnar. We keep him around to extort people.
No, the other one. Where's the wings?
Oh, it's me, you idiot.
It's Riven. We're not quite sure why he did this.
Which one of us is idiot? Now we're all idiots.
I have faith.
Everyone else is an idiot. Maybe you are the real idiot.
Iron
Thinks
Jaw.
Oh.
that's true.
Iron Jaw.
No,
can you
Gunnar!
give-
you-
Yes.
Sorry, before
Not to
everybody
bring
keeps
it back.
going. Sorry, Peter. That's okay. I'll let you continue. I just need Iron Jaw to roll me a perception check, please.
27.
Ooh.
Like, I gotta look at something except these idiots arguing about who's an
So-
idiot.
I'm going to be messaging Matt privately. Peter, go ahead and continue your thought.
Oh, it wasn't anything important. I was just gonna. I know that this is a very important conversation. Good morning, Pan. But I'd like to remind everyone that my career is a little bit on the line, and I would very much like to get my memories back. So
And you would like to be invisible, you said.
I am a little bit worried that there's protections against this kind of thing, but I can't remember, so...
Well, we'll find out.
Yeah, we
There you go.
sure will.
And bam. I do have a slot left because I just arcade recovery and activated. But so I will cast Greater Invisibility upon you. It lasts a minute, so good luck.
Okay, I bolt.
Don't fuck it up.
Okay, so all of Pan has cast a spell on Peter. Peter's going to bolt off. Riven, you are a Deva. Bearable, you're not entirely sure what's going on, but as you guys are trying to figure out if Peter's going to be kind of successful in getting past the guards, he might need your help. And when you look around, you notice that Gunnar and Ironjaw have snuck off, and you guys aren't sure where they went.
The chaos in this postal system, my god.
Speaking of chaos in this postal system, I'm gonna roll for... I'm gonna save Peter. I'm gonna roll for Pan. Something odd is happening around you, Pan. 72. You gain resistance to all damage for the next minute.
Oh.
Cool.
Go start a fight.
So Peter, you're running to go towards the pool in order to collect your memories. The guards, the two Deva guards are still there with the gates shut. Pan, Riven, and Bearable, you're kind of like peeking around the corner, I guess. And noticing that the two guards are still there. You don't exactly know where Peter is anymore.
Riven will take the initiative and catch up to...
You're too popular. All these chats.
Yeah, I was in the wrong chat. I'm sorry.
I will repeat everything
go.
that I said.
Yes, please.
Which was one sentence. Riven will try and catch up to Peter. And who's going with Peter again?
I just went.
Oh,
I assume you
She's
guys knew where I was
invisible.
going,
We
but-
can't really follow her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so there's nobody so is she's invisible?
Peter's invisible. Yeah, Pan just
sorry,
has invisibility on Peter. Yeah.
And Peter's the only one that went.
Greater invisibility.
Oh, greater invisibility.
But Riven would have saw this happening, right?
So
Yeah, well, I mean, you know what I'm doing. You know I have the key, and you know I'm headed toward the pool.
does Pan know that he's invincible?
That invisible. Oh, he's not invincible, so he's only resistant to damage. So that means he'll take half damage from all sources. But yeah, I would say you would know, Pan, that something kind of weird and magical happened to you, and that you're feeling sturdier, but that there is a time limit on it.
So I guess like I'll turn to Pan and be like, "We should make distraction to help tiny post person get in." Yes, let's make scene. Let's make scene. Let's make scene.
I don't think that's wise.
Oh, come on. Let's make scene. Can I just slap him to see if I can get a reaction out of the guards?
You can attempt to.
Do I need to roll something?
What do you want to do?
I want to slap Pan to try to get a reaction out of the guards and like create a commotion.
So you're just gonna hop out in front of them and slap Pan, kind of thing?
Yeah, like I'm like screaming, like a little bit, raising my voice, trying to make a scene, and
Okay.
But you can also
performance.
see Riven heading there.
Riven's on his way too. So Adeva's turning the corner. Pan and Bearable have also turned the corner, and Bearable is now starting to freak out on Pan as the Deva Riven is making his way towards the guards. There's a lot of commotion going on. Bearable, can you give me a performance check, please?
Like a check. Okay.
Exclamation mark check space performance. Oh,
18.
all right. So the commotion.
I'm just gonna turn to Pan and be like, "Be a good friend. Be a good friend," and then just like slap. Trying to make a scene.
Why is this happening to me?
The guards are definitely distracted somewhat. The two kind of step forward, but they look back at the gate, unsure whether they should intervene. So they're a little distracted. So they have stepped away from the gate, but they're kind of keeping an eye on the gate and keeping an eye on what's going on. And they're shouting, "What's going on over there? Take this elsewhere."
I'm being impressed.
Riven's gonna shout to them, seeing what's happening around him, and so he's gonna be like, "Don't just stand there. Let's get to it."
God. It hurts.
And get them to come over. So he'll yell like, "I need some help here."
Give me a bluff. Wait, is that not what it's called? What's it called? Deception. Give me a deception check, please.
My dog did not like me hitting myself around.
What is deception? It's
What do you mean? What is it?
no, I'm just trying to remember which checks I have advantage on.
Oh, yeah. Check that.
Okay, never mind. No, just go with it.
Full
11.
Steva!
Oh, shit.
You're that drow familiar! They shout, "You're friends with these two, all three of you, get out of here!" And they'll both station themselves right next to the guard again. So they're
Riven
going to
will
both
shout back,
guard
it's
right
like-
next to the lock.
Riven's gonna shout back, being like, "You guys are clearly idiots. Now come in person and deal with this."
Help! Help!
They're gonna call the tiefling receptionist, who's also kind of nearby. Not the tiefling, the imp receptionist that's nearby, and the imp's gonna fly off to go get. To go. The imp's gonna fly off. Are you gonna stick
Riven will
around?
be-
What are you doing?
Well, Riven's just gonna start taunting them.
Can I tackle one of the guards?
Just start a fight straight up.
Can I just tackle one of the guards? It's like, fine, acting's not gonna work. Let's do this for real.
Before
I
you
did it
can,
for you, post person.
Before you can, 6 tiefling are going to appear in the area and resist or restrain the 3 of you and pull you away from what's happening at the place. So Peter, you're good. Your new friends are really trying here. They're really trying to help you out at every turn. Your old friends are always missing, which is pretty par for the course for them.
Most of my old friends. Ironjaw did get me the key. Ironjaw
yes.
did get me the key. He's
Yes.
effective.
However, it looks like they're keeping a pretty close watch on the door. So unless you've got a plan yourself, it doesn't seem like you will.
I have a somewhat plan. We'll see how it works
All right,
out.
let's hear it.
So I was hoping they'd be able to distract them, but since not, I'm gonna get as close as I can to them, and I'm just gonna like whisper in Celestial as if I'm kind of a disconnected voice, and be like, "Your orders have changed. You may leave." I won't say my name. Sorry. Your orders have changed. You may leave the post. At love terms. XOXO.
Oh my gosh! Give
The last part was a joke. The last part was a joke.
Okay.
But I will try to mimic the cute voice as best I can. So
Yeah.
I'll do it. I'll role play it. Can you give me a bit of it so I can hear it, and I will try to do it.
You have been told to remove yourselves from the post and head back to somewhere else.
Okay. You have been told to remove from your post and head somewhere else.
Yes. However, I still need a check. Can you give me either deception or performance? I'll leave it up to you.
Probably gonna be I'll do the same.
Yeah. charisma check.
You have advantage.
And you're a paladin.
Do I have advantage still? I think we waited that
Their
10
charisma,
minutes.
right? It's an hour, so... If the hour is up, potentially, but...
Do you want to make a ruling, Jamie? Do I have advantage?
Yes. Do it. Do it with advantage.
Spelling. But how do you...
It was a very short court case.
Oh, okay, well, the first roll was the better one anyway.
More trickery
14.
from that drow, no doubt, is what they say.
I just want my goddamn memories back. I say in their ear.
Do you actually say that?
Yeah.
What? Who's around here? Show yourself.
I don't think I can dispel it myself, but this is my last attempt. You can make this as hard because we have made the same roll, so I feel like multiple rolls for the
It is getting harder the more you try, yeah.
This is my last attempt. I'm genuinely just so mad at this point. And I was instructed by terms to come here. You better move. This is the Eredict, and on the name of the 3 councils, if you don't move, I swear to God, I will go fucking postal!
Okay, so we're switching to intimidation.
Yeah, sorry, this is my last attempt.
Okay, do it with advantage.
Okay, I'm so sorry, guys, for using all this time.
Don't be sorry, this is entertaining.
Oh my God, why did I pick this? I don't know how to spell that. Please work. Fuck. 1.
So hearing your frustrations and feeling this power, I don't want to use your wild magic now. They're going to just be shaken, and they're like, okay, yes, we understand what it can be like without your memories. Be quick, we'll just be right around the corner. 2 minutes.
Okay, I will stomp in, purposely stepping on one of their feet, throw the door open,
All while still invisible.
pull out a teacup from my satchel, dip the teacup into the pool, and take a sip with my pinky out, glaring at them even though they can't see me, smash the teacup on the ground and be like, I am done with this bullshit, and I walk away.
Okay, so your memories come whooshing back to you. Every moment that you've experienced in Shipped, this HQ, this plane has returned to you. All of your training, all of the edicts, all of your relationships to everybody. But of course, there's lots of information that I won't get into. If you ever need like specific things about Shipped, just let me know and I'll tell you because you got your memories back. The main things that are, like to your immediate attention, I guess, that come back to you is that Devil Councilman conditions and Angel Woman terms have been butting heads for a long time now. There's actually a lot of tension that goes on between them. In fact, the last time you met with Terms in her residence, she had actually asked you, Peter, to perform a nefarious deed. She had asked you to find a way to kill conditions. You were so aghast at the request that you left, saying that is against all edicts, that you'll hold her secret, but that you'll never speak of this again. You did not accept this kind of deal with her. But yeah, so that would have been the very last time that you came to Shipped was that event. So you haven't been back here since that moment has happened. So you stormed out of her residence, you went to the memory pool, you had everything removed, and we'll say that's when you joined the party, when you met up with them and you started all these adventures.
My backstory comes full circle. Yes, as we planned. Okay, I'll meet up with the rest of the group who are okay. So now, can we paint a picture of what the situation is now? everyone's being pulled away in different directions.
Okay, so the guards will actually your intimidation. They kind of knew what everything was going on. They pieced everything together that you were working together, and they were so intimidated, I guess, by you that they called off whatever arrests, I guess, was happening. So Pan, Riven, and Bearable are all waiting for you next to the two Deva, who once they see that the gate has been closed to the pool and relocked, they'll go back and continue their guard or their shift. So the four of you are together. Gunnar and Ironjaw are still not around.
Riven will be like, do you have... Riven's like, do you know how to get out of here? Did you get what you needed to get?
I know how to get out of here now. There's a lot of policy that has to start. I'm still angry. Yes, I know how to get out of here. There's a lot of paper we have to fill out, and I'm not ready for that yet. First, I need to meet with terms. I feel like she may have tried to prevent me from my memories, because the last time she asked me to kill someone. So I have to go to this banquet. God, I feel like Gunnar right now. How does he deal with this?
Riven will be like, food sounds great after the treatment I have received from everyone here.
Oh, actually, first I have to go to Shadow. So I don't know what Gunnar and Ironjaw are doing, but I think that they will find their way to something productive, and that we will see them again.
Some of that was accurate.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask the others, do you guys want to come to Shadow's residence? He invited me in a very mysterious way, and perhaps there's more to talk about now that I have my memories back.
You say that like I should know who that is?
Oh, yeah, you weren't there. I'm sorry. I thought people were there to support me, but they weren't. Just you.
And Riven will be like, he's a formless blob that looks like a shadow. Like, what more description do you need? And they probably have food, so let's go.
He might not, but we have like a banquet in an hour.
He might not.
I don't know if he eats. Does he eat, Jamie?
Who?
The Shadow.
Okay,
Doesn't
so
matter.
with
Let's
all
go.
of your memories that have been pulled about it, Shadow has always been kind of a consistent neutrality in everything that's been going on in Shipped. But you actually don't know anything about him, or them, I suppose. So you're gonna go to...
I'm gonna go to Shadow's quarters.
Okay.
He did invite me there. And I will ask if Bearable, Pan, and Riven want to come as well.
Yes, let's go
We'll
make
tag
Smokey
along.
friend.
And on the way, I'll be angrily folding some paper to try to, like, calm myself down. And then I will pass an origami flower to Bearable, be like, thank you for your help. And then a crane to Pan. Thank you as well for making me invisible.
And
And Riven, I'll work on something for you too. I don't have enough time.
Riven just made the obstacles harder and harder and harder. Just really growing character for Peter. So as you guys, as a reminder, Shadow, the door to all the residences, all three of the residences are in the courtroom. So if you want to go to terms, conditions, or shadows, that's where you would be going. You'd be going to the courtroom. In fact, when you head to the courtroom, you notice Gunnar and Ironjaw are kind of just like sneaking out of the courtroom, and they kind of notice you.
Hey.
Oh,
there you are.
what were you guys up to?
We were having a little discussion about what we wanted to do for this banquet thing.
Oh.
Private business transaction. Please keep to yourselves.
Did you manage to get your memories back?
I did. And now that I look at this place, it does feel warm and homey. I don't know why I felt so cold before.
This seems like a conversation that will be very interesting to discuss over dinner later. Let us not waste time now rehashing it.
Okay.
Yeah, how do you feel about the leadership around here? Like, they've just drained a bunch of levels from you for no good reason.
I'm gonna be
They seem a
honest.
little hardcore.
I'm hurt. I'm genuinely, like, I was okay with the punishment, but they weren't following proper protocol for the memory pool. This place is a mess. I just recalled that one of them asked me to kill someone before, so I'm a little frustrated.
That's it?
I'm not going to speak bad about my employers, but I'm frustrated.
Was it? What do you think about trying to kill one of them? Like, would it be better
all
if,
of them?
like, clearly
Change-
some fresh blood would be a good idea, right?
Yes, change starts at the top, trickles down. Trickle-down effect, very well known.
I don't love this idea, to be honest.
That's okay, it will grow on you in time.
This talk does not surprise me from you two, which is why I wasn't really looking forward to you walking alone in the headquarters.
Like, we haven't killed anyone yet, but I just wanted to get your thoughts on the matter.
Should you plan to, please do not surprise me with such deeds.
Okay.
Riven will remind him that you killed my rival before I could, so I am slightly in your debt for that, but I think I've more than made up for it.
You
And
did
then
blow up. That
Riven
was
will
pretty
provide
funny.
no proof of making up for it.
I don't know. Watching you land on like the humongous balloon as you fell from the exploding vent was kind of funny.
Okay, we will be back shortly.
Or, stay with me. I'm beginning to think that maybe we should not be wandering out randomly, and that now that I know and remember all the heretics, that you should be sticking with me. So we're gonna go meet the Shadow. How does that sound?
I guess
could
these
meet-
tieflings are being really unhelpful.
I
And,
could
and
meet a
demons. All
fellow.
of these people are just stopping me from going places.
What are you trying to do?
Pan wants in.
We have private business transaction to discuss.
Okay.
So, not to put some seeds of doubt in the party, but do we need an honesty circle moment? Do we need a code
Hey,
of proof?
if we're going to talk to who is Shadow? Who's Shadow? What
Shadow's
does he
the
do?
third one, the neutral party.
Yeah, let's
The
go
mi-
talk to a neutral party. That's
The middle one between the two, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
the compromiser.
in character, I haven't been paying attention. So.
So
I'll
you
go
guys,
talk to someone else.
so you're all entering the courtroom then, and you're planning to head towards Shadow's unguarded door. So there are two tiefling guarding Devil Councilman Conditions door, and there are two Deva that are guarding Angel Councilwoman Terms' door. But Shadow's door is nondescript. It's nobody there. Nothing kind of special is going on with it. As you enter the courtroom, some
Gunnar,
weird
his armor.
wild magic is going to... What? What are you doing, Gunnar?
His
you-
armor.
You're putting the armor on?
Genderless.
Okay. So the rest of you see Gunnar putting on this form-changing armor, and so Peter, Riven, and Bearable, you'll recognize this as the one who's trying to help you in court and got summoned by Conditions in court. So you see that now.
Peter Post will quickly brush away like a small tear that's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know he cared. But I'll hide it, and I'll whisper it to myself.
He was much more eloquent in court.
Riven will remind them, you have to stay silent in court. Maybe that's why you've lost 3 levels.
Okay, so you all enter the courtroom. Gunnar, something wild and magical is potentially happening to you as you enter the courtroom. A unicorn appears in the courtroom with you.
I eat it.
The
Its
unicorn...
silver blood will nourish me.
The unicorn summons in a frenzy at being summoned from whatever potential glade it was currently resting in, and will start kicking and jumping and breaking all of the pews and doors and everything. 6 tiefling and 6 Deva are going to come out of Terms and Conditions' doors, and they're going to shout in infernal celestial comment, like, what's going on? What is this? What, a unicorn? And before they can kind of start to try to corral it to calm itself down, the unicorn will disappear. But there are now 8 Deva and 8 Tiefling in the courtroom, all looking at you.
In the pandemonium, was there an opportunity to drag Ironjaw through?
Oh,
Yes, I would also
Terms
consider
as portal.
Yes, I like that.
promotion.
Ironjaw.
Just shove him in.
Yeah, Ironjaw. Can you
Well,
give me,
I would also be sneaking over in that direction.
Ironjaw, can you give me a stealth check with advantage, please?
30.
Okay, you definitely are able to make your way into
You and your fucking 20s.
into Devil Councilman Conditions residences, so you sneak in through the door that way. After everything kind of settles, so the Tiefling and the Deva are all looking at you. The Deva will say, the banquet preparations are ready now, Peter. You can join us in Councilwoman Terms' residence.
I'll be there in a moment. I gotta get all ready and officially prepared. Look at this uniform; it's all out of shape.
Just absolutely disgusting.
A moment, you're gonna leave Terms waiting? Come on.
She said an hour. How long has it been?
It's coming on
5 minutes.
It's coming on to an hour, I would say, with everything that went on at the memory pool. I was giving an hour for potentially a short rest for you guys to heal up, but you had other things you wanted to do, which wouldn't have been short rest-like, so no short rest.
And some of us don't have any hit dice, so the short rest would have been pointless.
Yeah, exactly. But some of you did succeed on your hit dice, and thus it
Like
would have been useful.
None of the good ones.
All right, Peter. Yes, you may have a moment. Can you please provide us with the guest list of who you are planning to bring with you to the banquet, so that we can properly prepare?
I get Pan, Ribbon, Bearable. Oh fuck. I mean, you may as well put Gunnar and Ironjaw on the list.
That's great. Okay, cool.
I was wondering when that would happen.
That was so good, Jen. They take everything down. The Deva go back into the room. 2 of them stand guard at the door. The Tiefling go back into Conditions' residence. 2 of them stay guard at the door. The most of you are back or are still in the courtroom. But Ironjaw's not around you.
Do I sense some tension, Peter, with these people? Like, what's happening?
Pan, let me tell you. Today has been chaos, magically and physically, emotionally and spiritually.
Okay.
And I really can't explain the complexities of what is boiling down here, but I appreciate your continued loyalty, and we're gonna have a quick talk with the Shadow, and then a quick talk with Terms. And what may happen in this day, I really cannot tell you, so...
You should should talk to Terms first. Really quickly.
Just a quick chat.
Okay. Matt, you're currently in Conditions residence, but I don't want to play this out loud, so we'll be chatting in your Ironjaw or DM to character room. So we'll be doing an Ironjaw, so Gunnar, you don't have access to that room, you don't know what's going on in that chat, okay?
Hey.
The rest of you, are you going to go see Shadow? You're going to walk through to Shadow and go pay them a visit?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds right?
That was the plan, yeah.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
So did Gunnar didn't make it into...
No.
Okay.
Just Ironjaw. So what are you doing, Gunnar? Are you going to go into Shadow's residence with the rest?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so no one tries to stop you from going into Shadow's residence. When you walk in, the room, the shift from the courtroom to whatever this room is quite stark. It changes from kind of wood furnishings of the pews and the kind of court thrones that the council were sitting on to a very metallic floor and metallic wall, and incredibly dark still. Do any of you have dark vision?
Riven does.
Riven and Pan?
And Pan.
So, Pan and Riven, you guys can see through the darkness that there are hundreds. So, this room is actually a giant kind of amphitheater. And there are hundreds and hundreds of Warforged that are standing back to one another and not moving at all. Besides that, that is the only thing that's in this room from your dark vision kind of senses. It's a big amphitheater. Everything's metal. So, the floors are metal. The walls are metal. There's no other exit than the one that you kind of came through, and you see are hundreds of Warforged that seem to be kind of, if you will, deactivated, like they're just standing still. That's what you see.
Sleeping.
Riven will mention that there are hundreds of robots in this room that will probably activate if you try and kill Shadow.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't gonna try to do that, but thanks
Why would
for
anyone
that.
kill
You're trying
Shadow?
Yeah. You try to kill everyone who invites you,
What a weird thing to say.
right?
Oh my god, wait. Do you guys hear Gunnar? Is Gunnar here?
A genderless voice.
The cadence sounds a lot like good.
I'll just... Mr. Shadow, you wanted to see me. I don't have much time. Are you here?
There's an awkward amount of kind of dead silence in the area. No one is going to respond to you.
And all you see, Riven, are the robots?
Yeah. So if there's no response, Riven is going to use minor illusion to create like a loud voice.
Okay.
And he's gonna shout out, your friend here is waiting for you.
Oh,
You
which
can't do it
friend?
yourself. I'm sure an orator. Tappa.
So you do kind of shout out this kind of call, but again, there's no response. Just to you guys calling out, there's no responses at all coming that way.
Okay.
Can we walk further in?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
just gonna
You
keep
can
on
go
walking
in.
further.
Yeah.
I grab Gunnar and Peter's hands and just like,
Oh, that's so sweet. I'm gonna look at Gunnar and be like, Gunnar, tell me honestly, did you kill the Shadow?
I do not recall. I had a small blackout after drinking copious amounts of liquor, so it is within the realm of possibility.
Okay.
Riven's gonna ask if everybody can see where they're going so they don't bump into the robots.
they cannot, but I am guiding them. I've got their hands.
Okay, so Riven's gonna cast dancing lights and create 4 glowing, floating like orbs, and have them circle the group. Do I need to like roll the cantrips in the chat?
No. So you're casting your spell. You're creating light. What? I'm sorry. I'm kind of distracted a little bit with two things going on. What is there? Anything else specific that you guys are doing in this room?
Just walking deeper in, essentially.
Okay.
Essentially, if there's nobody here or any indication, and there's like nothing to interact with, then we'll leave. Well, I'll leave, but.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're trying to see if there is something to interact with. So everybody who is in this room, go ahead and roll me an investigation check, please.
Why do I suck? Hey, we all suck.
Is
What
that
is
right?
Dark, right? Like it's
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
you're like
I
fumbling
suck
around in dark
anyway!
room.
My memories are back!
Damn, Peter Post.
Nice.
Gunnar is walking in the wrong direction.
100%.
He's just lying on the floor looking at the
Okay. Ooh, Riven. Riven and Peter. Okay, so yeah, Gunnar, Pan, and Bearable, you're unable to kind of get any additional details of what's going on in this room. But Peter and Riven, all of the robots, all of the Warforged are deactivated, but they are making sounds, kind of like within their shells, if you will, within their casings. So they're not inert, if you will. And one of the Warforged actually looks beat up and more worn than all the rest. So all the rest are kind of like, they look perfectly made, except for one amongst the crowd, which would be very difficult to spot, except you guys did very well in investigating.
So Riven will point out the busted up one. And it's like, it looks like your rebellion's in full swing.
This rebellion? Who is he talking to?
Sorry, the Warforged. It's Ironjaw, right?
But he's not here.
Well, when he pops up again, maybe I'll tell him about this, and maybe he'll know what to do. I don't really know if this is a bad thing or a good thing, to be honest. Poor Warforged. I'm very sorry for your damages, but I guess dinner? There's no indication that the Shadow was here recently, or that he left like a note for me, or like anything, like instructions of what he wanted to meet about.
Did you do anything with this Warforged? I might have missed it.
I just kind of acknowledged and said, "Oh, that's sad," but I didn't really do that much, so no.
Okay. Then you don't have... There is no message that was left behind for you.
Sure. Okay, I guess it's to the banquet then.
So the Shadow invited you to hang out, and then just like wasn't there.
Well, he
Kind of a
wanted,
dick
he
move.
wanted me to meet with him before I met with Terms, and it
Which
doesn't
would be
appear to be in
now.
the office. So
So dick move.
Sounds
I
like
say
a
we-
big move a corpse would make, Gunnar.
I say we kill him.
I actually, Jamie, I'm gonna quickly write a little note to the Shadow. I'm gonna do it secretly though, so I'm gonna send you what that message is gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
So I assume, unless other people want to do stuff, the next thing Peter Post will do, I guess, is go to the banquet. So I'll just write this note while you guys do the next stuff.
Okay.
This is your show, Peter.
Where should I send it to you, Jamie? Like, should I use your DM to character room?
DM to character and put it in Peter's channel.
Peter?
Yeah.
Okay.
We are all silently waiting for this private message to conclude.
Sorry, I assumed other things would happen while...
Yeah, is there anything... You guys didn't want to do anything else in the Shadows room?
I mean...
like...
Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it. No, you go for it.
I was just gonna say, I don't see where I'm going. I don't see anything. I don't know what's happening. I'm quite literally just walking into walls. So I would just keep screaming for Shadow.
They're
Shadow,
lights now. You should see
hello. What about you, Pan?
If I like go up to one of the Warforged and like they don't turn on or anything, eh?
They're not turning on just by you approaching them, no.
Is there like can I hey hey
And are you like tapping on it or something?
yeah, just like
Tiny friend
hello?
is taunting
Are you doing this specifically to the beat up one or any one of them? Just a random one?
to the beat up one if I was told about or like pointed
Well,
out.
Riven pointed it out, but then
Okay,
Peter
perfect.
was like, I don't care much. Poor robot, but...
Help me.
Oh, great.
You need help?
Just to that, it won't respond.
How can I help you?
It won't respond.
Can I look closer? Is there anything else like noticeable on it?
Riven will come up with the lights and surround the robot with the lights. Like, just so you can see.
Gunnar will unsheath his axe in preparation to help him
Jen,
move on.
I got your note, just so you know. I have seen it. Cool. Sorry, Riven and Bearable and Pan and Gunnar. So Gunnar, you're pulling out your axe.
Correct.
Riven, Bearable, what were you doing in this moment?
I'm by the robot that just yelled, "Help me," and I'm surrounding it with light.
Perhaps it needs hug. And then can I try to hug it?
Sure. When you hug it, another kind of squeak will come out.
Trapped by terms and conditions.
Trapped by terms and conditions.
Oh, the shadow.
Is that Shadow?
No
Is that you,
response.
Shadow?
Will killing each of them set you free?
No response.
Gunnar would like to. Yes, that will set me free.
Ventriloquism check.
Really
Bearable
hard to
will
tell
grab
where this
the-
gender-neutral
the
voice is
Warforged
coming from. What's that, Bearable?
Bearable will grab the beat up Warforge's hand and be like, "Shadow person, is this you?"
Trapped.
Still no response.
No.
So, sorry, go ahead.
No, you go for it.
I was just gonna say, physical contact makes it work. Rub it if you want to talk to it.
Just because that's how it works with you, Simon.
I'm character, sir.
Gunnar's gonna swing his axe at it if nobody's gonna stop that.
Why don't we start pulling wires and see which one works? Start swapping around the wires. Riven will suggest it out loud.
Yeah, I was like, are you doing that, or are you just...
No, I'm not gonna swap the wires, but I suggest someone like Gunnar swap wires.
What if we hurt it?
Gunnar's swinging his axe.
Hold on, axe person. Hold on. And just like Bearable will like put his hand on the thing's shoulder and be like, "How can we help? How did you get in here?"
I'll axe at a question.
Trapped.
I step back out of the
terms
act.
and conditions.
I can relate.
Is that like everybody hears that?
That's happening, yeah. I would say you would still hear it, Peter.
Okay. I think I'm gonna sigh, take a very deep sigh, and walk away. And I'm gonna head to the banquet. But I'm not gonna like draw attention to it. It's not super stealthy, but I'm just gonna walk away quietly to the banquet to speak to terms.
You want to go before the banquet?
Yeah, I'm just gonna head directly over there. To Terms is the one that invited me to the banquet, so yes, the Celestial thing.
Yeah.
The one who wanted you to kill conditions.
Correct.
Very nefarious. It's a horrible place.
I think Riven's just going to take the initiative and start rewiring this robot.
Give me an
You better-
intelligence check, please.
You better suck an axe.
Yeah, I'm leaving.
No?
Sorry, 1 second, Jackson. Okay, so you're frying Shadow, or what you think might be Shadow, kind of screams out in pain every once in a while because you really have no clue what you're doing here. Okay.
Well, mention yes, I have no clue what I'm doing here.
So Peter, you're heading towards Terms' office, kind of without everyone. You want to go speak to her, kind of before the banquet.
Yeah.
Is that what you want? Okay. When you leave Shadow's door and you go to the Devas, they will both prevent you from entering, and they say the banquet will start shortly, but all your guests must be in attendance before we let you in.
These guys are douches.
I'm just gonna try to walk through.
Yeah! Gunnar this shit.
They are going to try to prevent you from doing that, and they'll
Oh
say,
no, they didn't.
I'm going to try to intimidate them, not in like the angry, vocal way that I did, but like with the entirety of everything that I've been feeling about the chaos of the day. I'm just going to glare at them with the absolute frustration that I feel.
Speaking of chaos of the day, I want to see what might happen, Peter. 26. An eye appears on your forehead, Peter.
Can it be rainbow?
Sure.
Because I okay. That's amazing. That's so amazing.
Peter, as you are intimidating, Iron Jaw will appear right behind you.
Hi, everyone.
Fuck, I can't. Oh, it's only an 11. Man, I really wanted that to work.
So, how about this banquet?
I kind of have a steely determination right now, so I do not reply. And I don't know if 11 gets me through, but
11 won't get you through. So they are going to just prevent you. So you're kind of just raging, trying to like pull through. Conditions will actually open the door in this moment. She's going to speak very proper, so she's got her wings. She doesn't have her uniform on anymore. She's got a very nice kind of evening gown that she's wearing. The door will slam open. She's going to make an announcement, but Peter, when she sees you and she sees your face, she actually is taken back for a second. But then she collects herself.
Dinner is served. Please, come on in, come on in.
This is conditions, not terms?
This is terms. Did I say
too.
Conditions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. It's terms. It's terms. The angel woman has opened the door in front of you that you're kind of in front of. And she calls on all of you, except Gunnar, who's still wearing the clothes.
And chopping that robot.
Can I just take the robot with me?
Don't
Can
just chop a robot for no reason.
You're not there.
I am now.
The robot's in the shadow robot place.
Oh, okay,
Shadow
fine.
room.
No.
Sorry. Sorry, Simon. You want to take the robot with you?
Yeah. Can I just like carry it as a backpack with me?
Sure.
Like on my
I
back.
guess if you can like ward off Gunnar like attacking it. I guess.
Yeah.
So Bearable runs out of Shadow's room holding on to a very beat-up looking Warforged. Riven and Pan are behind, and the general neutral character is chasing after with the axe.
All of you are welcome. Come for the banquet. We must get it started without delay. Except you. She'll point at Gunnar, and Gunnar will freeze. Oops.
And Gunnar will freeze in kind of position and get blasted out of the courtroom.
That one is not welcome.
No check. So, Terms is inviting Pan, Peter, Riven, and Ironjaw, and Bearable into her residence for.
I'm assuming Rocket is there too, or we
party.
lost them along the way.
No,
Rocket is
stay
waiting
behind.
for mine at the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In the shipping dock.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Have we noticed you can't hear anything through the portals, right?
What portals?
Like the
shipping
portals
kind of
to the different dimension areas,
Yeah,
like
no,
out of the
no,
courtroom.
you couldn't hear anything.
Yeah, okay.
No. Gunnar, what would you like to do?
Can Gunnar enter the courtroom?
You're taking off your stuff?
No.
You can enter the courtroom, yes, as your anonymous self, but the rest of them are being invited into Conditions Place at this moment, and you're not invited.
What if I take off my stuff?
Are you taking off your stuff in the courtroom?
No, I will exit again and take my stuff off and go back.
Okay, so Gunnar, when you come in without your stuff on, everybody has now kind of gone into. I'm assuming everyone's going in. You cannot go in if you don't want to, but just know that that kind of main scene is going to be in there. So if you're not going in, you might be sitting on the sidelines for a bit. Okay, everyone's going in. Gunnar, right before the door closes, the David notices you and says, "Oh yes, Gunnar, this way."
I will remember your face for later.
So, as you step through Terms' doorway, again, it's a stark shift from the courtroom. Instead, you enter this kind of imperial palace that's made of like marble. There's white. There's a lot of light. There's like this kind of light blue aura that's kind of just making everything seem glowy in this place. It's immaculately clean, not a speck of dust anywhere. So you first enter this foyer with this giant kind of double staircase that kind of goes upwards, but Conditions invites you kind of more forward to these two grand doors. She opens it and there's a very large banquet table that's set up in this room with a few other Deva that are performing things such as playing on instruments or kind of keeping a fire going. The main table and all the furnishing. So the chair itself is very minimalist. There are no backs to the chairs. They kind of just look like they're stools at the table. The table itself is nondescript. It looks barely used. It's not kind of any fancier than anything else. It's very clean and white as well. There's no food on it. There's no nothing on the there is nothing on the table currently.
Come in, have a seat. Okay, Peter, you sit right next to me. Sit right here. I'm at the head of the table. You there, you're Irinjaw. You can sit here and, well, I don't recognize you. Peter, you have not been keeping your allies in your profile reports, but that's okay nonetheless. You guys can sit here. Oh, and you, Gunnar, you come sit specifically over here at the other head of the table. I've seen reports about you, and I don't want you anywhere near me. No offense to you.
If you think this table will keep you safe, then you are in for a surprise.
Well, we don't like surprises, we like order, we like edicts, we like following the rules, which is exactly what we're going to do. And Peter, I'm so sorry for the penance bestowed upon you, but you know the edicts and we must protect the deliveries that be.
Before you answer, Peter, where's everybody seated? So she guided Peter and Ironjaw to sit on either side of her and Gunnar to sit at the end of the table on the other side, but Pan, Riven, and Bearable, she hasn't kind of assigned you guys any seats at all.
So I'm going to follow Peter like I usually do and just sit next to Peter.
Okay.
Also next to Gunnar.
Sub bottom. Can I try to, or can Gunnar try to signal Ironjaw?
Yeah, if you do, Ironjaw will signal back. I'll like wink or whatever.
What is this? What is this winking?
But,
it is a game.
So in response to what she's saying, I'm gonna say like it seems very unfair. Like your rules are punishing Peter for things that he had no control over, and he followed all of them to the best of his ability.
You're right. That is why we must fix the edicts. And unfortunately, kind of penance has been paid. We cannot go back or renege on the deal. But if we fix the edicts, and that's what we're here for, as well as a lovely, nourishing dinner for all of you, then we can prevent this from happening again to future mailmen worldwide.
Don't you mean postal
Mail
carriers?
people.
yes, of course. Everybody. Peter, were you able to go get your memories?
She asks intriguingly.
I'll say no, I'm really sorry. I know it's how important it is to follow the edicts, you're right. In fact, I've been an embarrassment to my party and to the mail system. I have a delivery for you, and I should have given it to you right off the get-go. And I'll reach into my messenger bag. And I'm sorry if this is out of order, Jamie, but I'm gonna attempt to stab her with the postal dagger. I'm gonna attempt to stab her with the chaos dagger.
Oh my god!
Is it Gunnar's birthday?
I was ready to do like a conversation.
Whole battle prepared. Okay, Peter stabs with the chaos dagger.
Can I describe it? Do you mind if I describe it?
Yeah, okay, so because this Chaos Dagger, the way it works is the first Celestial and the first Infernal that you stab with it are automatically killed and sucked into the dagger. So go ahead and describe that, because she was not expecting that.
Nice! She wasn't expecting.
I want to describe it, because this has been building, and I knew it was coming when the eye popped up. I'm like, this is amazing. So, like... When Peter Post heard that Shadow's voice, he took a deep sigh, and forever he knew what he had to do, and he just kind of beelined for it. Sitting at the table, hearing her speak, using the erudix, knowing that he prevented her for him from trying to get his memories back. He knows what the cost of this is, and that it's against the mail system in theory, but this person seems like they're standing in front of the mail. So he reaches into his bag and says, I'm so sorry, I had a delivery for you and I should have given this to you a long time ago. And I just stab her right in the heart. And then the eye itself, that was on the rainbow eye, which I'm thinking is Chaos's eye, like, I full on call it and said, I did your delivery. As I never said I would, but I care about the mail, and it seemed like this was an important delivery.
Peter, you're gonna hear, okay, a lot of things are going to happen in this moment. Okay, first things first, there is going to be a horrendous screech. As as the dagger strikes Councilwoman Terms, she is Peter, no! As like her whole essence starts to just swirl and get sucked into the dagger. The Devas are just complete shock at what's happening right now. They look completely just stunned, for lack of a better word. At the other end of the table, Gunnar's eyes are going to go completely black. You're going to see spectral horns appear and like a spectral tail. And out of Gunnar's mouth, you're going to hear Conditions' voice say,
"The pact has been fulfilled."
And the horns and the tail are going to disappear, but from this point forward, every time you look at Gunnar kind of in the twilight light, you swear you still see those horns and tail. Peter, you're going to hear a familiar voice in your mind. Oh, wow, Peter, you got the first soul. I'm so impressed. I'm so excited for you to get an infernal soul for me too. But for now, here's your reward. So, Peter, you are now attuned to a cursed dagger. The dagger has a demon soul stuck in it. Awakened. Okay. So the first part of getting the first soul, these are the benefits that you get from this dagger. That's actually kind of cool. So I'll read it out loud, but I'm posting it there so you guys can read along. You can speak, read, and write abyssal. You gain +1 to attack and damage rolls made with this weapon. Immediately after you make a ranged attack with the weapon, it will return to your hand. Whenever you kill a humanoid with an attack using this weapon, the blade will remember the creature's appearance, and while holding the dagger, you can use an action to change your form to match any humanoid the blade remembers. Your statistics other than your size don't change. Any equipment you're wearing isn't transformed. You can revert your true appearance as an action, and you will revert to your true appearance when you die. It will currently remember Terms' body, so your very first thing that you could do, so you can turn into Terms at will, I guess, as an action. So you have that ability. You are cursed by this dagger, so it is stuck to you. And you get something else too. So the dagger itself is a sentient, chaotic, evil weapon with intelligence 21, wisdom 24, and charisma 24. It has hearing and dark vision out of 120 feet. So if you want to, you can communicate with the dagger, and the dagger can speak to you and reveal to you what it can see kind of within that dark vision of 120 feet.
Cool.
And
There
it
is
will always
more
tell
to
you the
potentially the curse, but you don't know those specifics.
Yeah.
Okay, I had to reopen up my old. I was not
Sorry.
expecting that at all, and I love it.
That was so good.
I tried to hint in the letter that I sent to Left for Shadow. I tried to hint at what I was kind of thinking I was about to do, so you could be prepped for it. But
Yeah, I saw it and I was like, okay, but like chaos isn't here right now, so like that's not kind of like what's happening. And the eyeball was just a randomized thing too. That's
the moment that happened, I was like, how is this perfect?
How do we feel
the stats of the angel that I was gonna. Anyway, sorry, we should get into that after. But it was going to be like a really crazy fight.
I'm sorry.
I'm okay with it.
I will also turn to everyone at this table and be like, I'm really sorry you guys had to see that.
What the fuck?
So should we?
Peter, will you marry me?
Does this mean dinner's cancelled?
Yeah. So how do we
still
feel about
shocked.
Councilman Conditions? Is Councilman Conditions a good guy? Is he
Yes,
okay for
he
the
is
mail?
our best friend, a patron, if you will.
So what about
to Peter Post, who is carrying a dagger that can instantly kill a devil? Specifically,
I am
I
concerned
am asking
about
this
that.
question.
I am concerned. I'm gonna be honest. I may have let like the chaos of today get to me a bit and been slightly rash. However, I was really scared about the future of the mail system, and I thought this was the best way to protect it. And well,
I
here we are.
agree. I think Councilwoman Terms was causing all kinds of problems. How do you feel about Councilwoman Conditions?
So, I'm not sure how to find that out. They seemed like they both trapped the shadow.
But
Which I
there's
don't
Shadow
know.
then.
What if
Shadow is with you
he will give you
currently.
your mailman powers back?
I'm not sure those can come back. In fact, my oath was to the mail service, and I just killed one of the leaders. So that oath might be slightly broken, and might be something we need to discuss as a mailman.
I think the
have a
spirit
feeling-
of the oath is important.
I have a feeling my mailman classes might be slightly broken.
No,
This might be more.
So
It
I guess
is-
I'm gonna pull out my coin,
Oh yes, sure.
and I'm gonna
What is
say
happening?
conditions.
Okay. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, okay, but if nothing happens now, then I'm going to probably take Peter out into the courtroom
You're gonna take him out?
because I assume
You do hear. Oh wait.
You do hear a particular voice coming from Bear Bull.
Oh.
You did it, Peter. You have freed the curse on the Warforged.
Oh, good. Yay! Iron Jaw, what did I do?
So the Warforged will kind of like try to like take itself off of Bearable's back, and will kind of like stand up.
On the table. I put him on the table.
Finally.
Can I attack with an axe now?
No. Peter, I understand that what you did must have required quite a lot of internal struggle, and your dedication to the mail service is admirable. In fact, what you did here today was save it. And I do bestow upon you your mailman levels again.
And in that moment, you'll be kind of rushed with a lot of light as you regain your paladin levels.
Terms and conditions came here and sought a pact with me to help me and my Warforged to continue the delivery services as more and more realms are created and get larger and larger. It became too much for me and my brethren to take care of. But terms and conditions have been able to corrupt the programming within our units, and you have freed it, and now we can go back to upholding the edicts, the true edicts of the delivery powers, and not any of these edicts that that Terms has created herself. Thank you, Peter. You have saved the mail delivery system across the realms.
Also, that's my top jam. That's a really good song. The voice is very musical.
It was very T-Pain's new
That
song.
was a sick beat. That was a sick beat.
People can just use sending.
Sorry.
What happened to conditions, though? You say conditions is a problem too. What happened to them?
I'm not sure.
Okay. That seems like a good situation to be in.
Yep. And if conditions isn't answering when I kind of like pull out the coin and I don't know, rub it or whatever, I am going to try to go into conditions' realm and just like pop past the tieflings.
Yeah, okay. So when you guys go into the courtroom, and you all leave Terms' room, her door is going to completely dissipate and leave. And disappear, I guess. When you enter the courtroom, Conditions' door is already gone, and so are the tiefling.
Smart.
And I just got a stupid coin.
I also only got the coin.
Is the shadow bot the one that was speaking?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Also, curiosity, can I see anything different? Did I
What
get
do you?
my dark vision?
Let me just go see what we agreed upon.
Okay.
I say yes. You do have that power that you had agreed on.
Nice.
So, I guess, with all these diva around, I'm gonna motion to them and be like, so, dinner? You wanna do that?
The Deva are
I think
actually
this
gone.
has a bit to talk about over some food.
The Deva are gone, the Tiefling are gone, but
Oh,
Peter, you'll hear a voice that is celestial, saying that you have made an enemy of the Celestials today, Peter, and it will not be forgotten.
Just Peter, correct? Peter did the killing, so he is only enemy. Rest of us is fine, yes? Please confirm. Confirm.
Out of character. That is a condition of the agreement that you made, Gunnar, so you too are an enemy of the Celestials. Maybe Iron Jaw too, but not quite. The conditions weren't part of Iron Jaw's
I didn't
Yeah.
get the conditions.
Terms.
I have this weird coin that may or may not do anything.
Okay.
And I have sweet glow in the dark eyeballs.
Yeah, so what happened to you guys? What?
Well, clearly, Councilwoman Terms was out of control and needed to be stopped. So, we
I mean, I
arranged,
obviously don't disagree.
Yes, I'm glad, because I thought I was going to have to convince you of that, and I had a speech prepared and everything. But
Oh,
I was not going to hit you
well,
with
I'll
my
listen
axe.
to it. I'm sorry, Iron Jaw. Go ahead. What was
no, you seem to have figured it all out. I'm very glad. There's no point in going back over things you clearly already understood.
So are you like, Riven will talk to Peter, like, are you in charge here now, or are you going to kill the last one, or what's happening?
It's a good question.
Who are you asking, Riven?
You, Peter.
Oh, sorry.
The one that just killed as he watched Terms get cranky.
Yeah. I appreciate that you guys haven't run out yet, first of all. Second of all, I'll be honest, I have not planned this far ahead. This was probably the most chaotic choice I've ever made. And I don't know, I was going to talk to Condition before, but it sounds like Condition might be missing. So I'm not sure I have any power in that regard. I was also going to talk to Shadow about this, but he was not there, so I just made the choice.
See? Sometimes you just have to make a decision.
The Warforged will all start coming out of Shadow's room, and Shadow and the Warforged will bring a very large, flat-ish kind of chest and give it to Shadow. Shadow will then turn to Peter and flick open this kind of very large briefcase of sorts, and when it opens, there is a new set of delivery uniform.
Peter, you have raised in the echelons of the delivery people, and I am now promoting you as the main delivery head with the highest level of mailman. Please go out and continue what you do, and I give you power to deliver across the realms.
So, Peter, you are getting a new uniform. It's called Chainmail of Transcendence.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. I cannot wait to show this to Rocket. She is gonna love it.
Gonna gag.
So this is a uniquely made armor that I found with a homebrew item that somebody else has made. So I found this. This is theirs, and the art is another homebrew item that I found that I thought looked pretty close to what the delivery uniform might be. So I kind of just put them together. The Chainmail of Transcendence has been loaded into D&D Beyond, so you will be able to equip like this item straight up into your character sheet. So, first one is your AC is 16 plus your dexterity modifier up to a maximum of 2. One of the powers is Supervisor of the People. You and all allies within 30 feet of you have an advantage on saving throws against being frightened. The next power is Passion for Delivery. While wearing this armor, you can use an action to let out a roaring cry about delivery. All allies within 30 feet of you who can hear you gain advantage on their first saving throw, attack roll, or ability check within the next minute. You can use this feature once per long rest. The next ability is Through Snow, Rain, or Hail. While attuned to this armor, you can use a reaction to decrease your own AC by 5 and increase the AC of a creature within 30 feet of you you can see by 5. These changes last until the end of your next turn. You can use this feature twice per long rest. And then the rest is just fluff of what it looks like, I guess.
That's awesome.
Polly will storm in. Polly Script will storm in with a Minotaur. You guys all recognize as Minos. Kind of comes stumbling in. Polly will look around and she'll be like, "Oh my gosh, we finally made it back. Peter, what the beep is going on here?"
Well, Polly, I tap her on the head. Sometimes the mail throws you curveballs. and all you gotta do is keep going and deliver the
Stab
best
your way out.
milk you can.
Oh, hi, I missed you guys. I was so nervous that I wouldn't see you again. Oh, hey, this is Gunnar. This is who I was talking about.
And Polly will kind of like hold at her arm and like look at Gunnar, kind of like very like afraid and nervous.
Oh, Gunnar, did you know?
Sorry, Minos seems pretty out of sorts in this moment.
Did you know that humans have two names? Like Peter Post, that's two names, and Beatrice Best. Well, Oliver also has two names. His name's Oliver Thorne, kind of like a rose, and I like that. But he said he's gonna go find Beatrice for us. So I guess Oliver is not gonna be around anymore.
This is very good news you bring us. Thank you. Also good news, Peter is homicidal maniac. I have never been prouder.
Oh,
It was like
Peter,
one. It's not like a maniac.
congratulations! I'm so proud of you.
So hard to own a home nowadays.
Thanks, Minos. We have new friends. This is Pan. He turned me invisible. This is Bearable. He took some blows for me. He's really quite delightful. This is Riven. He grows on you.
So Rocket will be, so for the three of you who don't know Minos is a 7-foot tall minotaur, and he's got a bit of a harness or like seat kind of arrangement set up on his backpack, and that's where Rocket is currently sitting, and she's not even paying attention to the rest of you. She's just like writing away at like notes, doesn't even notice what's been going on and shipped. And so Minos will, oh, new friends. Oh, I love you all already. Thank you for helping Peter in his homicidal tendencies.
Yes,
This is a glorious new chapter in our group. Everything is on the table now.
Okay, so this is kind of where I'm gonna wrap up and close off the adventure. Is there anything you guys would like to do before I do that?
I'm going to pass this spellbook over to Pan and see if it has anything cool in it.
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's a spellbook that I obtained somewhere else, definitely not anywhere that anyone here would be interested in knowing about.
This thick book is bound in dark leather, crisscrossed with inlaid silver lines suggesting a map or chart. Pan, you can tell that this is a powerful wizard spellbook.
Cool. Well,
But if you have nowhere else to go, we could use a wizard. And we seem to get items like this all the time, if that's of interest. Wink.
This can be very useful to me. How about I stick around and could I transcribe it? I don't need to take it, but I could potentially just copy it into my own spellbook.
Certainly. It's not doing me any good for now.
So the item can only
This is worth a lot of money.
The item can only be attuned to by a wizard and will provide additional benefits besides just the spells it contains. But I posted it in the chat if you want to take a look. It is the Atlas of Endless Horizons. Speaking of Gunnar, you also have a set of clothes that you stole. And I will post
I didn't
that
steal them.
item for you. So it is a Lord's Ensemble. So most of the stuff in there I already described to you as what you can do, but a couple of them have extra abilities for you to look into and check out.
Cool.
Ring of free action. Nice. There,
So,
see? Pan, you could have avoided like all of those things that almost killed you. Oh damn it! We forgot to knock out Bearable. We were supposed to knock out Bearable today.
Yeah,
Oh,
no.
okay, do that.
I was definitely going to do it with
Fine,
conditions. With
It's
terms,
not meant
I would
to
have done
be.
it with terms. Yeah, it's not meant to be. I'll have to introduce your character in another thumbnail, Simon.
So, are we burning this place to the ground? What's the story?
No,
I think it's gonna work okay now, right?
Shipped. The secret headquarters of interdimensional post people employed for delivery has seen quite a bit of chaos this day. But perhaps chaos was what was needed for the reorganization of this organization. It will take some time for the Warforged to get things back in order, but Peter Post and all the other male people felt this day that a resistance that was overshipped has been lifted, and that all of them can now go about their jobs with a bit more free reign than they felt in a long time. Heading back to shipping and receiving, Polly's script says her farewells, tries to get an autograph from Peter Post, and then sends the group back off to where they originated. Riven, Pan, and Bearable, you are also sent back to the place that Peter, Ironjaw, Gunnar, Rocket, and Minos has been sent to. Unfortunately, wherever you might have been pulled through from time and space, it seems as though the delivery people will not be able to pinpoint where that is. And so, I guess you're stuck with this party for now. And that's the end of this adventure. That's the end of Going Postal.
And indeed, I did.
And indeed you did. Oh my gosh. So at the end of every adventure, we'd like to just discuss how you guys felt about it. What are your thoughts? What are you guys feeling?
I don't like the new players.
Okay,
I
bye.
liked them a lot. They've been in my back. Like, Real Jen was like, yeah, man.
I was like, I just spend all the rest of the time escorting every other player but Peter. Have to go make sure Rocket doesn't get murdered. Have to go make sure Gunnar doesn't murder anybody else.
So the fight
And they got murdered anyway. So what does that teach you?
Sure, I finally was just gonna go do the murdering anyway, since Gunnar was clearly gonna do it.
Gunnar was super gonna do it.
The,
I just made sure that I was also gonna get paid, since it was
Right?
clearly a thing that was gonna happen.
the wild magic that drew Shadow's attention, Jamie, what was that?
That was you. Okay, just to kind of get into a bit more of just like backstory of it. The ritual was not interrupted because of Minos. The ritual was interrupted because of the dagger that Peter was holding on to, which is the Chaos Dagger. Frankie tried to give a hint to you that something was special about it. That's why you got stuck in the witch's plane, was because of that dagger. And so because you kind of drew Chaos to the delivery plane, Chaos is very interested in celestial and infernal beings. They were around this whole time just causing mischief, but they didn't actually have any power in ship, so that's where all the wild magic was kind of coming from, and seemed to be following you, Peter, and your dagger, rather than being stuck at just in the vault. So that's what that was.
Love that. I love that eye came up. That was so perfect.
Yeah, and that was the random number too. Terms and conditions, they've been getting reports from Peter of the people that Peter has been dealing with. So Conditions was very interested in meeting with Gunnar, but there was no way that he would have been able to meet with Gunnar, except that Gunnar found these clothes that turned him nondescript, because Terms will never allow anybody that's gone into Conditions' residence to enter her residence, because they've been trying to kill each other for decades now. So for all of you DMs out there, I will tell you what Gunnar got as a benefit, because you might need to consider it in case Tim ever uses it. So Tim wanted wealth or Gunnar wanted wealth and power. For power, he got a level in Warlock, but it's not adding on to, so it's not like a multi-class where he's one level higher than the rest of us. He's going to have a separate sheet of just the Warlock stuff. and then he'll be able to use those abilities. We've worked together that he'll be able to level Warlock by doing things for conditions in other adventures, so you guys are free to use that kind of plot hook if you would like. For your reference as well, the conditions to Gunnar signing this pact is that he is not allowed to harm a devil or a demon. A known devil or demon. So if it's like a little girl that is hiding the fact that they're a demon, Gunnar can hack away at her. But if he knows that it is a demon or devil, he cannot attack or harm them in any way. For power, Gunnar has been given a little black card, and what it is that the next time that Gunnar would like some riches that he sees, so wherever those riches may be, he can invoke the card and conditions will be summoned to procure the riches on his behalf. So keep that in mind for your adventures, that Tim can pull out that card at any time.
Sorry, can you say that one more time? What does it do when he calls it?
It'll summon conditions, and conditions will procure the riches that Gunnar would like in that area. So let's say he sees the Mona Lisa. He says, I want that. He uses the card. Conditions will appear. Procure the Mona Lisa for Gunnar. I think that's it.
To the
limitations. Gunnar, I believe.
Does he hand it over in a form that Gunnar can carry away?
We'll have to figure that out when we get to it. Tim, just so
I
you
want to
know,
find a dragon.
the conditions was willing to give both the wealth and power to Ironjaw if Ironjaw was the one that would get the killing blow on councilwoman terms.
I thought about it. I didn't actually go for that. But
Yes.
it was
okay.
funny.
So, because they have the files on all you guys, Terms has you guys seated on very specific areas around her table because she has set up traps very specific to each of you, that when the battle would start, you would all be immediately paralyzed. Conditions' coin that he gave Gunnar and Ironjaw would actually protect them from that that trap. Riven, Pan, and Bearable, you were not at risk of that trap because Terms has no information on you. So she didn't know anything about you guys.
So just me.
It would have just been you in that moment.
This is why you strike first.
Oh!
Had Cass been around... So when I first went into this adventure, or this part, I was thinking Cass would be around, right? And Ironjaw had not actually gone and made a deal with conditions. So it would have been a paralysis for Peter, Rocket, and Ironjaw. But Ironjaw went and snuck into conditions' thing and actually had a pretty good chat with the devil and got the coin. So I was like, it only makes sense that he'd want to protect whoever is going to try to kill off Terms.
You gotta have a plan B.
Yeah,
multiple redundant plans.
The fight had layer actions and was a level a level 13 thing, is or a level 16 thing, I think, too. It was I'm so happy with how it all turned out, because it's a completely unexpected and very cool kind of moment and ending. And the title is Going Postal, right? So it's so cool. It's almost like it's planned.
You red weddinged her.
Yeah. Well, so the Gunnar and I snuck off because I wanted to go talk to Conditions to see what was up, and the tiefling guards wouldn't let us in, and it's so we're just gonna knock out the guards, right? Because if we can't take the two guards, then we shouldn't be bothering to try to kill the big angel anyway.
Archangel,
yeah.
I'm walking through this door.
So one final thing, at the end of each adventure, the players will hand out an inspiration point to one of the other players, and the DM will hand out an inspiration point. I've already handed an inspiration point out to Cass. So it's up to you guys to determine who that other inspiration point should go to. It could be anything that's happened in the adventure.
I mean, Jen did totally come
100%. I was gonna say the same thing. Yeah.
Vote Peter.
Post episode, so obviously I'm gonna have a lot to do.
Yeah, but it was unexpected. And
it was chaotic. It was against your character kind of.
And the fact that you beat the plot was pretty great.
The motivation made sense within your character, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Even though the action might have
But it was unexpected, yeah.
Yeah.
It was great on Peter's behalf, like the whole time. Like I love the whole like, oh, it'll be them, and then noticing that Iron Jaw was like missing, being like, oh fuck. Peter's trying to corral so much that's going on, and like this is why we don't bring our friends to Shipped.
But it was so perfect, because like little elements like that, I feel like we're just building up the chaos in Peter's mind. Like he couldn't handle everything that was happening, that it just like exploded into this final, I need this to be over.
So good. It was so good. Anyways, I'm very happy with the adventure. I hope you guys are happy with the adventure as well. We will not be playing next week, but we will be playing in 2 weeks with our next DM and next adventure. So we'll see you guys there. Thank you for watching. I hope you had fun.